Welcome to the Fireside Chat for Nutrition and Fitness with Adrienne and Ken. Today we're talking about muscle recovery after Thanksgiving and also what to eat and do around bloating, which is a common issue. Ken, would you like to start off?
Let me take the reins here and start off. Yes. So anytime that you eat a heavy meal, you want to make sure that you drink a lot of water after you do that. It'll help get rid of the toxins in your body, and it's really important that you stay hydrated. And I think that we had talked about hydration before, in that you want to drink at least half your body weight in water.
And yeah, generally speaking,
yeah, or in liquids, I should say. So, but water would be best, but liquids, I'm assuming, are good. So most liquids, except for alcohol, not
soda.
Don't yeah, exactly. Yeah, but hydration is very important, and so stay hydrated. That'll help you recover from Thanksgiving meal. Also, light exercising, and that could be anywhere from taking a walk. Taking a light walk. You could do stretching while you're watching TV, arms across like this, ankle across the knee, just light stretching when you're watching, something on TV, the bowl games or whatever football games are on. So those are light exercises you can do. Stretching, walking. You don't want to really do anything heavy, because that, especially right after you eat, because that could affect your digestion. It takes the blood away from the digestive muscles and digestive process, and goes out to the limbs if you exercise really heavily, and that could cause indigestion or stress on the eating. So we don't want that. Yeah. Sleeping is really important too. 7 to 9 hours of sleep is what most adult people need, and that will help you recover from your eating. Your binge eating, I should say. Now, to a lot of times, it's easy to sleep after you're binging, because you're like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay down and eat or sleep. And so that's not usually a problem. But make sure that you do get enough sleep. That'll help with recovering and help with muscle and so forth. You want to manage stress as well. I know holidays can be a stressful time. And one way to do that is with breathing exercises. I wanted to share with y'all. Have you ever heard of box breathing?
Box. Oh yeah, I have. But yeah, do you want to illustrate?
Yeah. Let me demonstrate. So basically, a box breathing. If you imagine an outline of a box, and you assign a certain number of seconds to each outline, that would be, so breathe in as you go up. So breathe in for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that breath for 5 seconds. And then breathe out for 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out, and then hold for 5 seconds. And you do that 2 to 5 times. Don't do it too much, and maybe in a lying position if you haven't done it, if you have never done it or haven't done it in a long time, because you could get a little bit lightheaded. And if you're lying down on, that would help. But that will really help with stress relief, and just box breathing. I've found that it does. So meditation also helps, but that will help with recovering from Thanksgiving meal. And one thing is, one meal, the last thing I wanted to say is that one meal is not going to make or break you. Don't worry about, if you eat one bad meal and you're worried about your muscle, you're losing muscle mass, because you're not doing your main exercise routine. Don't worry about it. It's not going to make that big of a difference. Take a day off, hit it the next day or the following day after that, and you're good. What about you, Adrienne?
Well, I like the idea of taking a walk after Thanksgiving, because that just helps our digestive processes too. And it burns a little bit of the calories. I know that for, the Thanksgiving meal itself, it can be a tremendous amount of intake. Ideally, we would prevent that, but if we don't, then a walk would be just a great way to kind of end it and take care of it. And then, like you mentioned, you can do some breathing on the couch, or like you do some light stretches while you're watching the game. You can also maybe incorporate something like peppermint tea, which can help relax the muscles of the digestive system and also relieve bloating, which is the common thing that happens. If you like ginger tea, or ginger that you just cut up and make into a tea, can also help reduce gas and inflammation. So that can be really helpful. And I know fennel seeds aren't that popular for a lot of us, but if you if you have fennel seeds for one, you can also make that into a tea, and that can help with overall digestion and bloating too. So those are 3 different like tea / maybe if you can include it in some sort of food idea that can really be helpful. But yeah, like you said, it's definitely going to be more walking and doing some light stretching to help us just kind of recover from the larger meal. Even some yoga poses can help too. It's more like twisting, but if you feel too full, then don't do that. But it can help with bloating to just kind of do some of the yoga poses too. And then, yeah, you mentioned drinking water with the meal. Sometimes it actually can work against us. So I would maybe say, like, depending on how you guys feel, you might want to also put it in between meals, because it can dilute the digestive juices or just add to more volume in your stomach. But yeah, so teas, paying attention to your water, also keeping a food diary so that you can also just like mark down everything you ate and like see how bloated you were, how full you were, and then make a plan for next year. Like, what am I going to do differently? Maybe I will try drinking water before my next meal. Maybe I will try this tea afterwards, because like you said, it's one day, it's not going to make or break us, but why don't we make the next year better, and maybe more of our meals better by not overeating, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Any parting words? These are some of the ideas that we have for helping you all through Thanksgiving and beyond, ideally. But yeah, what about you?
Any meal. No, I'm good to go. I'm just, enjoy your Thanksgiving, and exercise and stretch.
Yeah, take that walk, stretch it out, and then recover essentially from a large meal. If there is anything you guys want to know or is important to you, feel free to leave a comment and we will address it in future chats. But until next time, have fun and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.